Hello, I am back and again not using this massive piano I built to explain musical concepts because colours are so much easier. Ooh, there we go. Because colours are so much easier to figure things out. Now, another fun fact about me, other than the fact that I love making myself do more work than necessary, I hate jargon. I think it is used 99% of the time to make you look more intelligent than someone, and then 1% of the time accurately because it's the most useful word to use in that scenario. I'm going to make sure you are in the 1% or in the 99% try to impress people, but you actually know vaguely what you're talking about. With the rise of bands such as, pardon my not so good French, Angine de Poitrine, I believe, I'm not sure. There has been a lot of throwing around the word microtonal, and I believe a lot of these people don't actually know what microtonal means. I had a conversation with the other person, someone yesterday, who was talking about how much they love the microtonality Angine de Poitrine is using. And I was like, oh, what's my microtonality? Because I was curious. I wanted to see what they thought. And they were like, oh, it's the bass guitar attached to the electric guitar. It's not. But yeah, so today, and for that person specifically, this is what microtonal means. So, we got our tones, baby. We've got our 12 notes here, like I said before. We've got doing all the notes in the Western music scale. Why were these notes chosen? I'm not sure. These are all just hertz sound waves. Yeah. And these notes were selected, I'm pretty sure, because they're like all a perfect fifth apart. And then once you repeat the perfect fifth pattern over time, you get back to the start. So those are the 12 notes chosen. Not important information, but if you care. And again, there's a lot of other different musical systems in the world, so if you are interested, I would highly encourage you to sort that out. All these notes, these 12 notes, A, B flat, B, C, D flat, D, E flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, repeating again, whoa, pardon me. All these 12 notes are a semitone apart. So A is a semitone apart from B flat, and D flat is a semitone apart from B, and B is a semitone apart from C. Why there is no C flat? Don't ask me. C is a semitone apart from D flat. D flat is a semitone apart from D, and etc. That is how the way works. No, that is how the world works. Don't ask me. So yeah, we got our 12 notes, and if we jump 2 blocks, that's a full tone. I'm pretty sure in America and possibly Canada, they use terms like whole note, half note, that kind of thing, or like note and half note, which is actually more descriptive. So finally, they did some sort of counting system, right? If you're gonna tell me whatever on earth the system they use is better than the metric system, I'm like, in physics, no way. Like half tone, half tone, half tone, whole tone is two tones. So semitone, an A is a whole tone away from B, and a B is a whole tone away from D flat. But D flat is a semitone away from D. So what's a microtone? Well, a microtone is very, very easily just between notes. It is it's a note between semitones. So a note somewhere between A and B flat, if you could picture a mixture of like magenta and pink. If you imagine like blending the colors, that's what quarter tone, a microtone is. I think in America slash Canada, you call them quarter tones, maybe. But yeah, it's almost like it's also good to think of it in this color text. Imagine you have some sort of color in between, like mixing these two colors together. There's a color between, and that's a microtone. And there's so many different colors between. Like, if you play an instrument and you don't tune it very precisely, it's probably like a cup, maybe like very, very slightly off the perfect tone. So you are technically playing a microtone. Probably often hear microtones in school bands. School bands. I'm not exactly sure on the naming. I think a note exactly between an A and a B flat would be in a B half flat. I'm not so sure what a note between a B flat and a C would be. I encourage you to do your own research on that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have learned a little bit more about music theory, and I hope you now use some words correctly. Thank you, and good night.